Hi, my name is Jennifer Lee Silvis, Silv as in Victor ES. My legal last name is currently Curry. That will change soon. Um, I'm really excited at the opportunity to be part of OSC. I absolutely can commit 10 hours of volunteer time a week for 90 days, hoping that it'll go to more. What is the biggest value that I get out of volunteering with OSC? I've been trying to get into a position where I could be an effective helper in the revolution. Um, we're co-creators and we have the ability to manifest abundance everywhere we go, and it's absolutely past time to get out of the selfish scarcity mindset and march in your post-scarcity world, man. Thrilled. Biggest value is being part of the revolution. Your vision, it's mind-blowing. I am willing to download Ubuntu, absolutely, the Ubuntu Linux. More than happy to learn any software that I need to learn to be effective and helpful. Collaboration is important. I understand the wiki is very clear in the consistency that you're looking for, in the documentation you're looking for, and the importance of being able to pick up where somebody else left off. And I understand that this is something that you're still working through making smoother, and I'm willing to help with that. I've been called a deconstructionist a number of times, and my dad, a systems analyst, has commented several times through my life that I could get a job finding bugs. So welcome to my poly effect. All about documentation. I don't do it enough in my personal life, though I try. But work-related stuff, I did work in disabled care, and that's the hard part of that actually is the documentation, for me anyway. Getting along with people works out pretty well. It's the documentation. Document. I'm accustomed to that. I've been trained to do that. I can do that. I do have a job. It is full-time, which is too much. Work smarter, not harder is where I'm trying to go. But I'm doing catering temp, which pays a little over minimum wage, which in Seattle is a fair amount of money. In fact, I waited until I was established on my job. Employee of the month, first month on the job, got a raise the second month. Kind of unheard of. And go big or go home. I waited until I was established on my job and had moved out of the kind of scandalous slumlordery situation I was in before I even applied. I'd been talking to Lex on and off about the project for a few months, and finally got in a position where I could join. And I talked about it enough and had discussed this goal enough with enough people that when I called Monday evening the supervisor I had at Microsoft and said, I've got a meeting tomorrow at noon, she knew where I was going, and she said, come in, break at noon, take as long as you need to. Unfortunately, the Microsoft Wi-Fi interfered with my active participation for more than a few minutes, but we know how that is. Yes, I'm willing to learn Kendon Live collaborative video editing and screencasting. As you can see, I'm relatively comfortable with the video thing. The biggest task that I am proudest of myself most, and that I've accomplished, I hope I've accomplished it, is getting on this project. It's just abso-freaking-lutely amazing. A year ago, I was a housefrau with my last homeschooling kid in the house. The goats had been gone for a few years, growing herbs, doing my green witch thing, talking to plants, and mentally uploading to the universal blockchain. And then I ended up in an ICO. Dear God, how did I end up in an ICO? What is an ICO anyway? Well, I found out and I did it, and it was fun. And that's where I met Lex, and that's how I got here. So I have just taught myself so many things through the years: farming, homeopathy, biodynamics, making cheese, training horses, but that wasn't self-taught. That was a lot of lessons and a lot of work and a lot of working for people for almost free to learn. A lot of apprenticeship, a lot of internship stuff going on. Biggest task is absolutely getting on this project. That was my biggest, hairiest, most audacious goal. Other than that, farming, but we know how that goes. And those are all big things that happen. Um, Something I learned that revolutionized my life was reframing. A big part of that is in the natural horsemanship movement, where you basically reframe your relationship with the horse, and instead of going in with a Skinnerian conditioning approach, go in more with a finding the subconscious cues approach, which is how elephant training works, where you hit like specific, they don't hit, touch specific spots on an elephant, and that'll trigger, like foot lifting or kneeling and stuff like that. It's the same kind of thing with horses. It's just slightly different things that we're trying to get the horses to do. And there are actually these things on people. You can hit energetically, physically, or verbally with people to help people achieve their goals. So I guess the biggest thing is learning how to, that you can subtly control things, and to not necessarily control things that I don't need to control. I've done a lot of conflict resolution, a lot of nonviolent, uh, how to prevent situations from escalating so that it doesn't get into a position where you need any kind of physical or outside intervention to prevent a situation. That's for my work with disabled people. Plus, obviously, with horses, you don't want horses to escalate. They're big, don't want them doing stuff. So I think reframing is the thing that most revolutionized my life, was learning to reframe. Meditating, of course, helps with all of that. Hard skills. I don't have a lot of hard skills. Not electronically. I have downloaded a fair variety of software and been able to get my way through a few different systems for work I've done for Tribe, and not so much for Dino Wallets, which was a 3-month gig. It was kind of fun. I've done like a brief little YouTube video series on mindfulness and meditation, and I just don't have a lot of computer skills, but I'm obviously willing to learn. I have worked with people working on farm equipment. Like I wasn't directly doing the work on farm equipment, but I am familiar with farm equipment, the purposes of the equipment that are on the OSE list. I'm familiar with their purposes, their general format. Kind of like what they do, how they do it. Not down to the mechanical workings, but how they do it. I did get an 800 on my Logic GRE when I took the GRE, and when I going into college from high school, I did take a Washington State skills test that put me 99th percentile on mechanical aptitude, which I haven't used in my life, but I'm pretty sure that it will be helpful here. I think I covered the soft skills in the learning, like what I learned about reframing and the conflict resolution. I like the video cover letter. An interview would actually make me very nervous because I'm still absolutely gobsmacked to have anything to do with this project. I'm just very, 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 very happy. I think do I have questions about OSE or how the development team works or comments I would like to make? I think your wiki is thorough. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love your flow charts. I will be going back over the flow charts. They are clear and reasonable and helpful and not obtuse. You do not obfuscate anything. I will learn to use smaller words. And I am sure that I will have questions and comments later. And again, thank you so very much.